Hello guys, in this video we will talk about how we can use debugger and VS Code and how it can be. I will tell you how it can be very useful when you are running a program or when you are correcting the bugs in your program. And can be very useful instead of writing any print statements or console statements everywhere in the program to check whether the output is coming or not. So let's take an example. I have written a program for calculating the sum of n natural numbers. So I'm going to paste it over here. So you can see the program. It is initializing the count value with 0 and it is taking n as a value from the user, and it will passing that value to the sum of n numbers called function, and it will just simply count the values by 1. So what I want to do, I want to check whether it is counting perfectly one by one or not. So I want to check the value at each stage. So instead of writing like you are writing print count over here and you are checking, okay, is it running or not. So I can check it over here like py tutorial1.py, and if I am writing line 10, so yeah, like it is check, it is giving the perfect value. It is adding 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, so it is running perfectly. But this can be very tedious process in a big program, and you cannot write print statements everywhere, and after you find the bug you cannot remove print statements from everywhere. So this can be a tedious process. That's why we can use debugger, and it is very efficient. It will be very helpful for you. Let me know about this in the comment section. So first of all, to use the VS Code debugger, what we have to do is we have to create a folder which should be of a specific name like .vs code. You should have to write this name .vs code, and what you have to do, you have to create a normal file called launch.json in the VS Code folder. When you will create this file, you will get an option to add configuration. You just need to click in this, and you need to select the file that you are running. Like if you are running a Python file, you can go for Python. Like if you are running a JavaScript file, you can go for Node.js or something. And for C++ and all that, they have all the support. So you just want to, it will give you an option what file you want to debug. So it will give you an option debug the currently active file. The active tab which is we are working on, it will debug that file. Okay, so we will click on this and we will save this file, and we will just close this file. We don't need launch.json to open it again. So what I have to do is, what I have to do, I just need to run the debugger. We will have to go to debugger section and just play it over here. So it will run our program, and if we click 10, it will give us output. But what do I need? I just want to know the value of count at any point of time. So what I will do, instead of writing print statement, I will just put a breakpoint over here. So what actually I want to say with this breakpoint, I want I am telling VS Code to just break the code, just pause my code over here when you are running a program at every point of time. When every point of time the loop is running, it will just pause it over here for any amount of time that we want, and we can play it over here again. So I will just again play the debugger, and I will just insert the value. Like suppose I'm printing 4, sum of 4 natural numbers. So I will just enter it and it will give us a value. If you can hover, it will give you a first value. like first loop is running and I value will start from 0, so you can get 0, and you will have count value also 0 because we have initialized it as a 0. This statement has not executed yet, so we are getting 0, count value also 0. So whenever we want to play it again, we can play again. It will stop at the same point for the next loop. For the next loop, for sure, I value will be 1 and count value will be 1, because in the initial previously it was 0 plus 1. So when the previous statement was executed, count become 1, and now the next statement is there. So I is equal to 1, 1 plus 1 2. So at the next loop, 1 plus 2 3, so count will become 3. So as you can see, you can check, okay, count is increasing perfectly. For the next loop it becomes 6, and for the next it becomes okay, it is executed and completely, and it will return the output as 10. So this is how you can attach breakpoint at any point of time on your program, and you can just execute whatever you want. You can just check and hover the values that you want to see while you're executing your program. Like you want to see what will be the value of I at any point of time, you can just put a breakpoint and you can hover it over here, and you will get that value. So this is how it simply it's working. You can remove all the breakpoints from over here. You can also run it by just clicking the F5 button. It will just execute the debugger. It will just execute the debugger, and you just need to put the value. Suppose you are putting 10, so it will stop 10 times, like so. It is giving you the value over here. Also, you can also check the variables over here. So I value will be 7, count value will be at the 7th loop will be 28, right? So this is how it is working. I hope it will be very helpful for you. So all the best. Keep liking this video and do subscribe the channel if you do want to continue with other videos on my channel. Thank you.